Penn State football, some subjects related to that. I don't have it at the. I'll pull it up so you guys can see it. But we're going to talk Penn State hockey, U.S. hockey, and Tyler Lucas as well. Local kid. He's on the Mr. B show. Played high school football against him. Tried out at Penn State with him. He was on American Ninja Warrior. I remember when I lived in Connecticut, I was watching him. I was training this girl in the gym, and they had that show on the TV. It was like, a nighttime show, one of those reality TV shows, American Ninja Warrior. It was The Rock, I think, was like the creator or the host or something. But he was on that with his brother Kyle, who, when Tyler and I tried out at Penn State, his brother was already on the team from Bellefonte, Kyle. And they were both on that show. And then he's now on the Mr. Beast. I don't watch Mr. Beast. Well, I have in the past. I mean, it's pretty cool, the stuff he does.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there was something with one of the people that worked for him. Something happened. But he seems like a pretty solid dude, Mr. Beast. Like, he does a lot of charity. I mean, he does a ton of charity. Some people, like, he has these challenges where, you push yourself to the limits. I don't know exactly what this one is that Tyler's on. It almost looks kind of like a Big Brother type thing. But he's had ones where, people, they have to stay in a house for like 300 days and they get like $100 million or something like that. And then you have ones where you have to stay in a circle for like so long. And it's all types of stuff. Pretty interesting, I think. But yeah, Mr. B, he seems to be a pretty solid dude. He does as I said, a lot of charity. Just seems like a pretty overall solid guy. He had this Super Bowl commercial where he had to solve these puzzles to win $1 million. I don't know. I wasn't doing it. But welcome in, everybody. Ivan, welcome in. So I've been watching a lot of podcasts and Big Ten football addiction, Blue White, Saturday, and Happy Valley. They're all pretty synonymous with their thoughts and what they think is going forward. BWI, we're pretty similar on this show in the sense that we kind of have similar mindset about this staff, and they're taking the approach of we're going to analyze what we think they're doing. And I think it's working, and I think it's going to be successful. So their approach, basically, like Matt Campbell's approach, it's pretty old school Penn State. They're going to honor the Letterman. The Lettermen are involved. They got some Lettermen. They got, I think, like 12 Lettermen on the staff. They're approaching it as this is going to be a program where we build success, where we build sustainable success. We don't just bring in guys every single year, switch them out every single year. We give these guys money just because they're talented. They're going to go after the best players if they fit. They're not just going after the best players because they're the best players. That's their philosophy. It's about culture. It's about building a roster that's cohesive. It's about building a long-term staff. They're building relationships and recruiting. Like, it's going to take time. I've always said that. I believe in Matt Campbell. We have a real coach now. By the way, Joe Quirch, he sent us. He's always sending us the VT stuff to laugh. And I watched it. When he first sent it, I was like, dude, I don't want to watch this. And I did. He's like, you got to watch it. It's so entertaining. And right off the bat, excuse my language, but if you want to watch some bullshit, go watch that. It is comedic. Go watch it. Doc Holliday is their strength conditioning coach. It's just, if you're a true Penn State fan, you know it's just he's a fraud. I wish him the best, but even now, watching it from afar, you never stop talking. You never stop running your mouth. And, you could have been fired, just go down to VT, did your thing, but you had to mock us. And now we got beef. Okay? That's not cool. So you did that because you're a clown. And, dude, it's like him to do that. So it is what it is. He showed his true colors through and through, and now he's down there BSing all them. But go watch it. It's funny. Were you gonna say something, Jerrod?
No, I mean, I understand that some people show their true colors when they're gone. But have you noticed that Matt Campbell left Iowa State, respectfully? I think he just said, all right, I'm going to be moving on. You guys do what you do. I'll do what I do over here. Seems pretty straightforward. I don't think I've seen anything online where he has badmouthed that organization or that school. Seems like that's the thing you're supposed to do. So right off the bat, it seems like we've got a more honorable and respectable coach.
Yep. 100%. I think, I'm not sure, but I don't think they're taking the woke approach like they were before. Yes, we definitely have a more respectable program, but just so you guys can do it, I don't know what it's called. Set in Stone, Episode 3, Setting the Standard at Virginia Tech. I'm about halfway through. I'm texting Joe right now. Joe said, you should just react to this first 5 minutes of the pod. I said I just did. Yeah. Dude, I don't know. But if you want some comedic relief, go watch that. Please do. Like I said, I'm almost done with it. But Matt Campbell, Jerrod, the approach they're taking is pretty much the total opposite. It's old school Penn State. Now, I don't want to have so much old school and conservative offense that Joe did where we're beating Iowa 10-6 or it's 23-9 against Temple, as I said in the past in the fourth quarter. I hated that.
Right.
The spread HD in 2008, that was one of the best offenses Penn State's ever had.
Amazing.
And then, you've got like Deontay Pennell, you've got Wally Richardson, you've got not Stephon Morris. You've got Jordan Lucas, you got Trace McSorley, you got Allen Zamitis, you got all these guys playing for Penn State that were great players at Penn State. Trace McSorley is one of the best quarterbacks Penn State's had. So, Jerrod, from your perspective, and you're mainly a Pittsburgh guy, you follow Penn State too, obviously. But
yes.
What is your opinion on the Matt Campbell philosophy in the first not even 3 months yet?
Well, first and foremost, when you come into a culture like this, you do have to understand what exactly that culture has always strived for. And I feel like he has surrounded himself with the right guys. He has talked to the right alumni and the right players, the lettermen, everybody. I think that what we are seeing from this guy is about as authentic and about as true as it can be. The guy has said everything correctly so far. He hasn't stepped out of line. He has not, done anything wrong. I think I saw him hyping up the crowd at a wrestling matchup. And again, he is immersing himself into the program. And again, when you have a guy who is willing to give himself to the program, I mean, what more can you ask for? I mean, we're seeing one of the more unique times, I think we can say, at Penn State, because we just went through kind of a phony circus that was James Franklin. Like, there was so much disbelief and kind of smoke and mirror. It felt like it was more of a con artist game than it was something you really strive for. And yeah, I understand you want to build a culture, and these players, look, how many players went to Virginia Tech with him? So, I mean, he obviously knows how to be the Pied Piper, of football. He knows how to lure the guys with him. So he is what he is. And seeing a guy like him, Matt Campbell, now inside this world, I feel like we now have a little more clarity, a little more serenity. Like, we're actually able to be calm and actually look for the right kind of direction. So, yeah, I very much am impressed with what Matt Campbell has really shown us. And I hope to continue to see that when the blue and white game shows, 2 months from now. I'm very excited to see how the culture is going to start with him at that point.
Yeah. It's a different approach completely. I'm excited. I like all of their moves so far. I mean, again, it's old school Penn State, man. That's what they're doing. They're embracing the tradition, the culture, the Letterman. That's what Matt Campbell's doing. He's embracing all of it, which is what you should do. Franklin did not. And we'll get into the Stephon Morris clip, but Franklin did not do that. He did not welcome Letterman that were not his players, which is an absolute joke. It's shameful that was the approach. I predict biggest crowd ever at V. Okay.
Am I thinking that's Virginia?
Virginia.
Yeah.
Talk about Virginia. Yeah.
Well, that's great. I mean, they're going to see.
We just got to guess what the B is. Yeah. So it's a totally different approach, and they've built a roster. They've built a staff. Lie white. Dude, I'm about to block you. What are you saying? Blue white. Oh, at blue white.
Oh,
you drinking,
at blue
Robert?
White. Okay.
You drink a little bit, Robert. Oh, Robert. Yeah, Robert's back. Okay, Robert, what's up, man? Welcome back, dude. I didn't recognize you at first. That's Joe, and Robert went to that fantasy camp.
Oh, nice.
Robert, I haven't seen you in a while, man. How you doing?
What's up, bud?
But yeah, probably. Yes, you're right, Robert. Probably the biggest crowd at the spring game. Even the whiteout next year is going to be phenomenal because, as Franklin would like to say, phenomenal. Obviously, it's going to be phenomenal next year because we have a new coach, we have a new regime, we have a new staff, new roster, totally different. And they're embracing all of the new culture. They're not just saying they are, they're actually doing it. Mm-hmm. Campbell, one thing that strikes me about him in his opening presser at the wrestling match, he didn't say anything at the hockey game, but the wrestling match and his latest presser, he's all walk and no talk. He's not going to talk a lot. He's just going to walk. He's going to walk the walk. He's going to talk the talk and walk the walk, but he's not going to do the talking part. He's just going to do the walking part. Our last coach did the opposite. He talked and talked and talked and talked. And he's still doing it.
Yeah.
It means nothing. Okay. It means nothing. That's what gets you fired. Okay. When you talk and don't walk, that's what gets you fired. And that's what happened. So nice, Robert. You have never been on a live? I thought you have. Maybe not. But yeah, welcome in, man. So that picture right there, he told us about that. Mm-hmm. That's Joe Paterno. That's at the fantasy camp they used to have. And Robert would go to that fantasy camp. So that's pretty cool.
That is so cool.
But yeah, he's just going to do his thing, man. And it's one thing if let's say Terry Smith wasn't there. Terry Smith is there as well. So we have to all keep that in mind that Terry Smith is there. He's his right-hand man. He's actually being listened to. Clearly he wasn't listened to before. He said he's less stressed out. He's doing more, and he has less of a workload. So it's almost like, if you think about it, like Zach Galifianakis in The Hangover, all the stuff going through your head. It's like, oh, that makes sense. But, the last guy, for whatever reason, didn't do that. So Terry Smith is in a much better place. Matt Campbell's in a better place because he's there. Guys, they're going to build it the right way. Trust me. They're going to win. They're going to get the guys they want. They're not just going to go after flash. They're not just going to be dropping money left and right. They're going to do it the right way, and they're going to win. And if they have to make adjustments, unlike the last staff, they will. So, again, this is just comparison to the last staff. I'm not taking any shots, even though I could do that for 9 hours because there's tons of material that I've been accumulating for 10 years. They're going to do it the right way. So, and they are doing it the right way. And thus far, I've liked a lot of what they're doing. So, yep.
More.
Can you guys, I want to make sure you guys can hear this. Oh, wrong one. Because Jerrod and I were trying to test the audio before. But this is just a bit of a sign of, this is Gannon Jr. He hangs out with Cooper Cousins.
Ourselves going.
Can you hear it?
I can.
I got Coop's going to come up and introduce somebody really quick.
You guys let me know if you can hear this, guys. Make sure.
That sounds
let
good.
me know, please, if you can hear it.
To our team. Coop, you want to kind of come on up?
All right, go ahead. Say what's up. Stop. Yeah. Say it again. Just clap up. He's been with our program for a few years now. He'll be around throughout this whole year and the years following. If you see him throughout the facility, say what's up to him. Don't be afraid to reach out and say what's up. So just introducing him for today. He'll be around a lot more.
What's up, indeed?
First of all, Cooper Cousins is a massive human being.
He's a huge dude.
I mean, whew, he's huge.
Yeah.
That kid is small, but Cooper Cousins is big.
Yeah.
He's 10 years old. He is with an organization, Team Impact, an organization that pairs children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams. So, that's cool. And it sounds like he's going to literally be in the building like all the time, which is cool. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Josiah Vieira. Jerrod, I don't know if you remember Josiah, but he was with the Spikes for a long time.
Okay.
He was there when I worked at the Spikes for a short time, and he was there when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Real nice kid. He wasn't a kid. He had something where I can't remember the name of it, but he was adult. I think he was an adult. Josiah passed away the morning of Christmas Eve at the age of 14. Yeah, he was a kid after battling Hutchinson Gilford progeria. Yep, a rapid aging condition. So yes, he was 14, but he had the body of like much older than that.
Yes, I've heard of that condition.
He was always there to Spikes. Again, he was a nice kid. He always had a smile on his face. He passed away very young. But man, you have kids like that, and it's Thon weekend. So people are dancing to fight childhood cancer. That's a very serious thing. Yeah. It impacts a lot of people. Cancer impacts a lot of people in general, but childhood cancer is a special kind of evil that we experience on Earth, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But this whole weekend is for those kids. But Gannon sounds like he's going to be hanging out at Penn State for a little bit.
Nice.
Hopefully they hire him full time. And we were talking about, this is different, but like Brooke Fisher. Jerrod and I know Brooke Fisher.
Yes, we do.
I graduated with her She sung the national anthem at the spring game a couple years ago, and these kids, people with disabilities. I mean, you can learn so much from them. They're beautiful people. They're very smart. Just because they have a disability doesn't mean that they can't, have a huge impact on people. Brooke Fisher is a very smart girl. She's very talented.
Dude, not to interrupt you, but like when I was in high school in the early 2000s, I did a production for the high school and she was in it. I think it was her first production. To this day, that was now 21 years ago. To this day, when she sees me, she will still quote things from what I did 21 years ago to perfection. Like,
yeah,
dude, I'm like, I have an amazing memory. The fact that it never leaves her mind, to every time she sees me, I'm always this character on stage to her. And it's just like, that's just the greatest like feeling to know. I will always, if I ever see her, it's like, I know I'm going to get it back. Every time I'm like, I anticipate seeing it and she never disappoints it. I'm just, it's the greatest thing. You're absolutely right, man.
Yeah. She's really into WWE. I think she's met several WWE wrestlers.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah. She loves WWE. I'm sure she's still into it, but yeah, she had pictures of like all these wrestlers. And the Olchik guy, the announcer today. This is like might seem totally out of left field, but the Olchik announcer today, his son played at Penn State, hockey at Penn State. Tommy, I think was his name. And when I was there, he was dating a girl who was a fitness instructor. I was a trainer at Penn State at the gyms. And this one fitness instructor, long story short, like she liked me, so we met, and she was friends with this girl. This girl is now in the WWE, not the girl I knew, the girl that Tommy was dating. So I knew the girl I was dating, and then I knew her friend too, and she's now in the WWE. Britt Baker is her name. Dr. Britt Baker, they call her.
Okay.
But it was funny because when they were in Pittsburgh a couple years ago, she brought Pat Firemuth out because he went to Penn State,
Yes.
So it's a small world, man. But the old chick that guy calling the game today, he's a long-time announcer. I knew of him way before I went to Penn State. I knew of him. And then his son played at Penn State. I was there. And I knew the hockey guys when I was at Penn State. Good group of guys. If there's a group of guys, in my opinion, that you want to be cool with if you're at school, it's the hockey guys. They're cool guys. And you want to stay on their good side because they're not afraid to fight, obviously.
No.
But yeah, it was a cool group of guys. But yeah, Brooke, she's always been that way. She's always been very talented, but Penn State is a special place, and Matt Campbell knows all of this. He's going to be at Thon this weekend. It's already going on.
Yep.
46 hours. That's a long time to dance. And I've said this before, just to be transparent, in my opinion, I don't like some of the people that are involved in it. Some people, because it's such a big, good thing, a lot of people let it get to their head, I think, in many ways. Students. But overall, it's a very great thing. It's for a good cause. I was never involved in it myself, but, some of the people involved didn't particularly care for, but it's for a good cause, and it means everything to those kids. And that's what it's all about. Joe Paterno said, when they say we are Penn State, this is what they mean. So, and his speech at Thon in 2009, I think it was. That was a great speech. That's one of the best speeches I watched Joe ever make. My brother, he's sung there. My brother's a singer. He's sung there a couple times, which is pretty funny. At BJC. So yeah, it's a cool thing. But yeah, man, overall, I think they're building this in a way that it may not be flashy. It may not be like, a lot of splash things happening, but they're doing it the right way. Yes. They're building it the right way. If you watch Big Ten, it's Big Ten or Saturday in Happy Valley, Big Ten football addiction, blue, white, pretty much Landon Tangwall, pretty much across the board, we're kind of in the same boat. We're just analyzing what we're doing. Now, this podcast is different. You're going to get my opinion. That's what makes us different. We have an opinion. We don't sugarcoat it for sure. But synonymously across the board, it's pretty much the same. Like, we're excited. I think they're doing it the right way. They hired a receivers coach. They have everything they need, and they're going to keep building and building and building. Terry Smith, Matt Campbell, they're going to recruit. I think they're going to get good classes. We'll see. I think they're going to get high-ranked classes, but if they don't, there's probably a reason. And if it's not working, they're going to change. They'll make adjustments if they need to. That's the thing. If it doesn't work, they're going to adjust it. Everything is so precise. There's analytics involved. Everything is so precise, so calculated. That's what they're doing. That's the way Indiana is. They're calculated. That's exactly what – there's one word for Indiana, Kurt Signetti. It's calculated. And he's got a lot of zeros in his calculator. He just got another increase, $13.2 million from $11 million for 10 years, I think, something. 8 years. So he's making more money than he was before. Obviously, he won the national title. He should, but it was like, 3-4 months difference between getting a raise. So it's very calculated what they're doing. And again, if it doesn't work, they're going to adjust. That's what a real staff does. That's what we have. I fully believe that they're going to do things I think it's going to be better than we think right now as diehard fans. Like, man, this is great. I think it's going to be better than we think. I think it's going to end up, the results are going to be better than we think. And it's sustainable. Okay. We don't know if Indiana's sustainable yet. It's going to be sustainable what Penn State does. That doesn't mean they're going to win the national championship every single year, but they're going to have a chance, and we're going to have a even bigger chance probably every 2-3 years. We're like, all right, we can do it again. We can do it again. It's just going to keep repeating itself, I think. That's what I think. So all who can need to show up April 25th. Yep. Thank you, Alex, for $49.99 FTK.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Alex, do you have any opinions on the phone?
What's that? But no, I know that our buddies, Matt and T, they have sung at Thon. They performed there. I've known many people. When I went to Penn State, I have met some kids who did the canning. I did community theater up in State College with a lot of people who went to Penn State who were on the streets, collecting and asking. And yeah, I mean, it's incredible, the dedication. Of course, with Penn State, that's really what it's all about. It's dedicating yourself to the cause, to, the program. That's kind of all connects with the coaching. You got to invest, you got to put the time in. And yeah, I mean, we're going to be seeing a 5 or 6 month dance before we actually see what they're going to be all about. I mean, I think the one big question really with this season being, because it's a lighter schedule, will this team automatically put themselves in the national championship conversation already? There's 12 teams. It's possible that Penn State has what it takes to already put themselves in the conversation. Because, again, I trust Matt Campbell more than what I would James Franklin to call a game. Really what this comes down to, if how we conduct ourselves with the Big Ten schedule. I mean, I expect them to know how to go into these games in the teams we play before the Big Ten schedule. I'd like to think that they're going to go into those games, handle them nicely, but then we start to play the Big Ten. And once that schedule gets going, I'm not saying this is a very important first season for a coach, but at the same time, you'd like to think Matt Campbell does have a lot of pressure to make this work quickly. I'm not saying that we can't be, hesitate, at least for 2 seasons, maybe 3. But when it comes down to it, we're kind of like, well, we just got the stink off of James Franklin. We don't need more stink. We don't need any season where we're like, I mean, we don't have these players ready or whatever. But that's really just what it comes down to. I'm not saying I foresee anything negative, but we cannot put ourselves in the hole, as it were, to see what the schedule gives us. Again, it's a favorable schedule, and it's possible that we could very well be right back in it. But we're going to see what the coaching staff does. I mean, it's not just Cambell; it's offense, defense, coordinator. These guys are good to go. These players need to just do what they do, and I'm just curious to see what this season brings.
Jerrod, yeah, me too. You mentioned Matt and Tyler.
Yeah.
You know who made my original logo for this?
You do. You tell me it every time. Tyler was the
Yeah.
one who made that ML. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So then I figured out how to do it myself. But yeah, Tyler Greer made my original logo.
That is awesome. He's a talented dude.
Yeah, man. Tyler, I graduated with him too. He's one of those guys that he was always a good guy. You know, Tyler. You know, I did sports and stuff. I don't think he did sports. I don't know if he did band or not, but you know, there's always that you're around people that you do sports with, you know, that's your crew. And he was, you know, I don't think he was an athlete. So I didn't know him all that well, but Tyler's such a nice guy that I felt like I did know him fairly well because he's always the way he is now is how he's always been. You know, he's always been a good dude. I didn't know his brother, but I talked to his brother in the gym a couple times. He's a good dude too.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so I do, Jerrod. Honestly, I think that Penn State is in a very good position to build sustainable success. It's going to take some time, but we have coaches that are going to develop players. They're going to bring guys in that fit. We have a senior quarterback, which is very important. No matter what. I mean, you take just as a compare, way different. But if you're going to start a new team, hypothetically speaking, what are you going to do? You're going to get Peyton Manning and be like, all right, I'm going to build around Peyton Manning. We have a chance because we have Peyton Manning. Now, in terms of experience, Rocco, he's up there for sure.
Yeah.
He is a good quarterback. He's mobile. He's a solid quarterback. So, in modern day, if you're going to take a team and you're like, all right, I'm starting from scratch, who are you going to take? Pat Mahomes, a little too obvious. He didn't start out. He was not projected to be what he is.
No.
If you're going to start a new team, man, I'm taking a Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow or something. You take a guy like that, then you have a chance, okay? Penn State's starting with something similar. That's a senior quarterback who has a lot of experience, has young guys under him. They have depth at running back, depth at receiver. They have guys that I think will be able to run routes. That's the most important thing with being a receiver.
Yep.
Depth at O-line. We have depth at D-line. We have depth at linebacker. We have depth in the secondary. So that's what they did. They brought in a lot of Iowa State guys. Yep. Marcus Neal Jr., Jeremiah Cooper, Brett Eskelson, Rocco Beck, Carson Hansen, Brahmer, the tight end. I mean, these are all guys that are on our team now. And I've been watching a lot of Iowa State game film from last year. They got ballers, man. They can play. They got ballers. They play old school football. And you have to keep in mind that was Iowa State. We'll see if that necessarily means anything. But, it could be, Iowa State is not Penn State and this and that. True. And we'll see if that truly comes to fruition. Maybe they could do a lot better here at a new school. But I've heard that Cambell is very impressed by the power of Penn State. He's impressed by the resources, the support. He's impressed by all of it. And he's a different person. Rocco Beck said that himself. He's a different person here at Penn State. He knows what he has. Trust me. Mm-hmm. He knows what he has. He knows what he has, and he's not talking a lot. He's just doing a lot. He's not going to be a guy that talks. He talks with his performance.
Nice.
Kermit Buggs, the coach of Penn State, right? Was that his name? Kermit Buggs? Yes. Jerrod thought I was making a Looney Tunes reference. Kermit Buggs.
I thought you were doing Kermit the Frog.
Yeah. Kermit Buggs had him at Penn State football camp. He was funny. He's the safeties coach for Penn State under Joe.
Nice.
He told us the one time, he's like, Penn State, we don't care if you got an F on a paper, your girlfriend broke up with you, you got cheated on, someone passed away. When you step on the field at Penn State, it's all about football. We do our talking with Shutt and Douglas. That was their helmet and shoulder pads. He said we do our talking with Shutt and Douglas. That's what we do our talking with. And that's what Cambell's going to do. So
yeah. I'm just saying, so what you're saying is if your girlfriend died failing a test,
it, man. Yeah. Girlfriend died, you got an F on your yeah, all in one. I don't know about the passing away part. I can't remember that. But his main message was, it doesn't matter what happened when you step on the field. When you step on the field of Lash Building, it's all about football. Okay? So that's what it's about. We do our talking with Shutt and Douglas. That's what he said. And I would say some other things he said, but there's some language involved, so I'll just keep that off air. But he was a good coach. Having an experienced QB is the most important move. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And he's got his literally his old he's got his running back, his receivers, and his tight ends. So yeah. And he's got two of the most important positions on the field, strong and free safety. Free safety. I played free safety. You're the last resort. You're the last person, which is fun and scary at the same time. He's got his guys over there too, Jeremiah Cooper and Marcus Neal. He's got AC. He's got Zion Tracy. He's got some guys, and all the receivers. We went from having like all slot receivers to tall, big-bodied receivers. So that's another aspect of it too. That's cool. But Stephon Morris, again, if you guys can hear this, but yeah, thank you again, Fred. I appreciate that.
Thank you, guys.
Fred's donated. He donates like at least $5 like every 2 weeks. It's kind
of
crazy. But thank you, Alex and Fred.
Thank you,
Alex. If you're still on here, give me your opinion of Thon. After what I said, give me your opinion on it. Alex knows what I'm talking about. I'll pull up the Stephon Morris clip. That's not it.